Unit 6, we are talking about the energy. And we said that the energy is present everywhere. The energy cannot be created. We know this information that cannot be created, neither destroyed. The energy have two things that it may do. It may be transferred and it may be transformed. Like in this sentence, energy can be transferred. Transferred means that it can flow from one object to another. Transformed means that it changes from one form to another. This is the difference between transferred and transformed. Transferred, I have the same type of energy, but it flows from one object to another. Like what? Like when I am kicking a ball. When I am kicking a ball, the energy that is inside my body is movement energy. I am moving my leg. When I kick the ball, this type of energy, which is movement, is transferred from my leg to the ball. So here we can say that the energy is transferred. Okay? Okay, this is point number one. Right. What's the difference between transferred and transformed? Transformed is when the energy, it changes its form. Like in the TV. The TV is powered or operated by the electricity. So the form that we have of the energy is electricity. This is a type of energy. When we operate this TV or this radio, any electric device, this electricity is transformed to another form of energy, which may be light and sound. So here is a transformation. Transformation means the type of the energy itself is changed from electrical energy or from electricity to light and sound energy. So the energy have two things. It may be happen to the energy. It may be transferred, may be transformed. Okay, Sama?
Okay.
Is it clear, this point?
Yes.
Okay. So here, like which is written here, energy can be transferred. When we eat food, we get energy from it. So the energy which is stored inside the food is transferred to our body. It is the same type of energy here. It transferred from the food to our body, like the movement, like flowing. It flow from the food to our body. So we can call it, it's transferred. Here in this one, اوكي كانت مكتوبة هنا مش عارفة. طيب يعني الترانسفورميشن بقى differ. The transformation differ from transferring, that the form of the energy itself is changed from a type to a type or from form to form. Okay, we have the word wasted and the word lost. What is the difference between the energy lost and the energy is wasted?
The energy is wasted when we have heat. When we cook the food, when we burn the fire or fuel, we want the heat. But the light, we only want the heat. We don't want the light. The light is wasted. We don't need it.
Okay, what about the lost energy? Do the energy can be lost?
No.
No, lost here is equal to destroyed. The word lost
okay.
Similar to or equal to destroyed. So the energy cannot be lost and cannot be destroyed, but the energy can be wasted. Wasted here means that the energy is transformed to a form or a type of energy that I don't want. I don't want this type of energy. So it's called wasted. Like when we are using the blender in the kitchen. Do you know the blender?
Yes.
That your mother used and I am using inside the kitchen. I use this blender to cut down the vegetables. I put the vegetables inside the blender and I turn it on to cut down the vegetables and the things that I want to cut. During using the blender, there is a sound energy that I can hear. The sound energy here is a wasted energy or the energy that I need?
The what?
The sound energy. It is the type of energy that I need from the blender, or it is a wasted energy?
Wasted.
Wasted, because I am turning on the blender to make it turn it on and move to cut down the vegetables. During using the blender, there is sound energy that is released. So this sound energy is wasted energy. So the wasted energy is the energy that is transformed that I don't in a form that I don't want. We don't want this form, the wasted energy here. We don't want it. Most of the wasted energy is wasted like a heat. Most of the wasted energy, but sometimes there is another types of energy can be wasted, like in the case of the campfire. We need the heat energy. The wasted energy in the campfire here is the light energy. Okay. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
Okay. Like in the case of the blender. In the case of the blender, the wasted energy here is the sound energy. So sometimes there is a type of energy other than the heat is the wasted energy also.
Okay.
سوري يا سما، معلش انا عماله اتكلم وانا قافله المايك. سامعاني؟
أيوه.
Okay. was saying about that the food chain is a type of energy that it is transferred. The energy is transferred from the body of one living thing to another living thing. So it is also transferring of or flowing of energy. Here, the energy is transferred from living thing, as an example, from the plant to the grasshopper. So the energy flew from the plant to the body of the grasshopper. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. The sun here, the sun is the main source of energy for the earth. The main energy of most of types of energy to the earth is the sun. The sun is the source of energy for the plants. The sun is the source of energy for us, because without plants we can't eat. So the sun is the main source of energy for all living things. أخدتوا حاجة عن السولار انرجي والسولار بانل، السولار سيلز، الحاجات دي يا صبا؟
في اللايت؟
لا مش في اللايت، في الانرجي اكيد في اللايت موجوده، لكن هنا في الانرجي اخدتوا حاجه عن كده؟
لا.
اوكي.
احنا خدنا في اللايت اللي هي artificial والناتشرال.
اللايت سورسز صح؟
أيوه.
اوكي. how the energy is released from the food, صبا؟
How what?
How the energy is released from food
To us?
Yes.
When we eat it?
Okay, what happens when we eat the food?
It gives us energy to do our activities.
How?
Because
by types of chemical reactions that take place inside our bodies, like burning the wood. As we said, when we burn the wood, it releases the energy inside it. The same thing happens when we eat food. When we eat food and it is digested inside our body, it also goes through some chemical reactions inside our cells or inside our bodies so that the energy is released. So the energy passes through or goes through some chemical reactions and digestion so that the energy is released from the food and become in a useful form that we can use. Okay? Okay. Here he is talking about the device which is efficient. The efficient device or the device that is work very good is the device that has the least amount of waste energy. When this device has the less amount or the least amount of wasted energy, so it is efficient device. We can call that this device is efficient because it uses energy wisely. The energy is converted to the form that we need only. The amount of energy that is wasted is very small. So this device is efficient device. If the device is inefficient, So it has a very big amount of wasted energy. This is the difference between efficient device and inefficient device. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
Okay. We have a different thing between, or a difference between the body or the thing that is stored inside it, the energy, and the type of the energy itself. Here we have energy stored at the start. The energy stored is the thing or the object that store inside it the energy. So here the energy store, we can say the thing that the energy is stored inside it. Like here in the case of the battery here is the energy store. It contains amount of the energy. What is the type of the energy of the battery? It differs from the energy store. Okay, Sawa?
Okay.
Okay. Like here, okay, in case of the fire here, the wood is the store or the start store or the start energy store. The energy at the start of the burning is stored inside the wood. After we burn the wood, the energy stored inside the wood is transferred to the surrounding. When I want to talk about the type of the energy, in the case of the wood, what I will say?
In the case of
the wood, yes. The type of the energy of the wood when we burn it.
it comes fire.
Okay, it comes fire. The energy here, the wood releases thermal energy. The food stored inside it energy. When we burn the wood will release heat energy. This heat energy will be moved to the surrounding. Okay, so here we have the same type of energy. Heat energy released from the wood and transferred as a heat energy to the surrounding. Okay. In the case of the electricity, as another example, in the case of the TV, the energy here is the type of energy here is the electrical energy or the electricity. When we turn on the TV, this electrical energy is transformed to light energy and sound energy. So the form of the energy itself, it changes, and this light energy and sound energy is transferred to the surrounding. So here there is a difference between the energy stored and the type of the energy which is stored inside it. In the case of the TV is turned on or operated by electricity. So I have here electrical energy. This electrical energy, when I turn the TV on, is converted to light energy and sound energy. And this light energy and sound energy is transferred to the surrounding. So can you understand the difference between them?
Yes.
Yes, okay. The energy stored differs from the type of the energy itself. Okay. This is in your notebook. Now, in the book, I have another point for you. Okay, معايا صبا؟
أيوة.
Okay. In the case of the food, we have the food is the energy store that we eat, so we can take energy. So the energy stored, which is the food, must be released. The energy which is stored inside the food must be released for it to be useful to us. Different fuels have different sized energy, so different types of food contain, each type of food contain different type of energy. We can call this amount of energy as the energy value that is present inside the food. And we can measure it in the unit of joules or kilojoules. Okay. How the energy is released
Okay.
from food? Burning is a chemical exchange or a reaction that releases the energy stored in the fuel. The same happens with the food. So our food, the food inside our bodies, this page or the previous page? Yes, this page. The food, our fuel, the food reacts with substances in the body. This is how the energy is released from the food supply. That the food reacts with substance in the body during the digestion process, and this chemical reactions releases the stored energy in the food that we eat. So what happened to the food that we eat? We eat it, then it is digested inside our body. During the digestion process, this food reacts with substance inside our bodies, and there is a chemical reaction that takes place. After this chemical reaction, the energy is released from the food, and so we can use it. It's transferred to our body, and then we can use it, and now we are active and have energy, can do all the activities, can do the life processes that we have to do, can breathe, can move, can grow, all these things, because of the energy is released from the food. Okay, Sabah?
Okay.
Okay. Some types of food contain a bigger amount of energy than other types of food. We said that the foods that contain fats have a very big amount of energy. The fat is energy stored. So when we eat food which is rich in fat, this food contains big amount of energy. Okay?
Okay.
Food, the foods that contain fat, sugar, contain a big amount of energy, and also salt. So these three things make the food very, very high in the energy value. خليكي معايا دقيقة واحدة بس. معايا صبا؟
أيوة.
Okay. Some types of food contain a bigger amount of energy, like the foods that contain fat, contain sugar. They have a big amount of energy value inside it and give us a big amount of energy. So we have not to eat a big amount of these types of food. Okay? What happened to the food that we eat? If we eat a big amount of food every day, what happened to this amount of food?
We're gonna be inside our body, and we will become fat.
Become fat. It's stored inside the body in the form of what?
In the form of food.
Form of A?
Food.
Okay, form of fat. In the form of fat.
Yes, fat.
Fat. So when we eat a big amount of food, like these cats here, they are stored inside our body in the form of fat. It's extra energy. When we eat a big amount of food, so we take extra amount of energy, and this extra amount of energy stays inside our body because the energy cannot be destroyed. So the energy will stay inside our body, and it will be stored inside our body in the form of fats, and this fat make us become obese or put on weight. Our weight will be increased and we will get obese because this amount or big amount of food that we eat is changed to energy, and this energy is stored inside our body and increase our weight. Okay? What happens when the opposite happens? When we don't eat a big amount of food or we eat small amounts of food, what will happen?
We will have not enough energy to do our activities.
Yes, we cannot survive by the same way. We will feel weak. We will feel that we cannot move. We cannot make our activities, our life processes, all these things, we can't make it. So we will feel that we are weak. So we have to eat suitable amount of food, which is suitable to the activities that we do. If we are active persons or we do a big amount of activities, we have to eat a bigger amount of food. If we are a still person, we don't make much activities, so we have to eat small amounts of food. So we cannot become obese. Okay?
Okay.
Can you tell me about amount of the energy here in this energy label, or yes, food label here. This is a food label. Can you tell me the amount of the energy here?
306.
Okay, 306. This energy, yes, this energy is per serving. Serving here, it may be 100 gram. So the energy present in 100 gram, 360. This food might be its weight more than 100 gram. This is a chicken and the black bean stir fry, okay? This food may be its weight, its real weight is 250 grams. So inside the food label, the amount of the energy that is written per serving. The serving here may be 100 grams or maybe 200 grams as written in the food label. So I have to take care. If I eat this food completely, the whole amount of food is 250 grams. So the amount of the energy is not 360. 306 kilojoule present in 100 kilogram. So in 250 grams, what will be the amount of the energy?
In what?
I am talking about what? فاهمة قصدي؟ أنا بتكلم عن إيه؟
لا ما كنتش سامعة.
أوكي، بصي ركزي معايا. This food
ما كانش باين أي صوت أصلا.
ما كانش باين أي صوت؟ طيب أنا هعيد لك تاني. It's okay، هنعيد تاني. I'm saying that this food label, the amount of energy that is written here, always for the serving amount. What is the serving amount here? He is telling us that this food label or this energy label is bare 100 grams. So this is the amount of energy present in 100 grams. What is the weight of this food? It may be, the whole weight of this food may be 250 grams, or it may be 500 grams. So this amount of energy is only present in 100 grams. If I eat 250 grams, so this amount of energy will be increased. If I eat 500 grams from this food, the amount of energy also will be increased. So we have to know or to understand that the energy that's written here in the food label is for the serving amount that is written here. And the whole food weight may be more than 100 grams. فاهمة يا صباح؟
أيوه.
يعني الفود ليبل ده دايما بيكتب لي الانرجي في ال 100 جرام maybe، يعني بيكتب لي الانرجي في السيرفنج اللي بتكون غالبا 100 جرام. طيب وزن المنتج اللي في ايدي ده اصلا قد ايه؟ ممكن يكون 250 جرامز، ممكن يكون 500 جرامز، فهو بيكتب لي الاماونت اوف ذا انرجي ان 100 جرامز. انا بقى على حسب ما هاكل من المنتج ده قد ايه احسب الانرجي اللي انا هاخدها قد ايه. يعني سي انا معايا تشوكلت دلوقتي، تشوكلت بار its weight is 200 grams, okay? He is writing here in the food label that the 100 gram contain 360 kilojoule. So I will take 306 kilojoule if I eat half this chocolate bar. But if I eat the whole amount of the bar, so I will take 612 kilojoule. يعني هضرب الانرجي اللي موجوده دي في 2، لان الانرجي دي بتاعت 100 جرام بس، لكن انا هاكل 200 يبقى انا مش هاخد 306 كيلو جول اونلي، لا انا هضاعف الانرجي اللي انا هاخدها، ان انا خدت ازيد ضعف الكميه اللي مكتوبه. فاهمه الفرق؟
أيوه.
فاهمه الفكره في الحته دي؟
أيوه.
يعني اخد بالي الانرجي اللي مكتوبه على الفود ليبل لوزن قد ايه، واخد بالي انا هاكل قد ايه، والباكج دي اصلا وزنها قد ايه. يعني ممكن يكون الباكج دي وزنها 500 جرامز، بس هو كاتب لي الاماونت اوف ذا انرجي بريزنت ان 100 جرام، فلو انا كلت ال 500 جرام اعرف ان انا خدت انرجي 5 اضعاف الرقم المكتوب. اوكي؟ عشان ممكن يجيبوا لي مثلا في الاكزام في المدرسه مثلا يجيب لي فود ليبل زي ده ويقول لي احسبي لي انت اماونت اوف انرجي لو انا كلت 200 جرامز مش 100، لو انا كلت 300 جرامز ايه الاماونت اوف ذا انرجي، فانا اخد بالي ان الاماونت اوف ذا انرجي دي for 100 grams only. This is the serving amount here. So if I eat more than 100 grams, I have to calculate the energy that present in the bigger amount. Okay? Okay, this is another point. Okay. We have the red light food. When we have a food, we can see this. Can you see this? The colored parts, colored portions here. Each
Yes.
portion represents a type of food. The salt is written here in the yellow color. The sugar is written in green color. The saturates means fat here, or the food that contain big amounts of fat here. This is the red label, or the saturates. Saturates means here the fat which is saturated fat, or the bad fat. It's 5.9 gram. The fat also, another fat is 13 gram. The energy is written here. So we have colors. When we have a food label, it is present in the form of colors like here. He is warning us about the red light foods. The red light foods is the foods that contain a big amount here of this red label. This red label is the harmful label. It contains a very big amount of energy. So when there is when we have a food that contain these labels and the amount of the food or the energy present in the red label is high, so this food contain a big amount of food, big amount of energy. Okay.
Okay.
This is the red light foods. Okay. I think كده تمام. مفيش حاجة تاني. فخلينا ايه نحل سوا شوية. يلا شايفة سكرين يا صبا؟
أيوة.
Okay. Read the sentences and then answer the question. Vickers' classroom is cold and dark in winter. We have a boy called Vickers in his classroom. His classroom is cold and dark in the winter. Before Vickers starts writing in his workbook, he rubs his hands together. He makes his hands rub together. The teacher switches on the light so the class can see the whiteboard better. The teacher shows the class a video in her computer. At break, Vicker eats a banana. He then plays football with his friends until he hears the bell ring at the end of the break. This is the sentence that we have. There is some question on this sentence. The first question, why does Vicker rub his hands together? طبعا
to start is writing in his workbook.
to
start writing in his workbook.
I want the answer related to the energy. When he rubbed his hand, what happened to his hand?
Pushed together.
Yes. What is the energy when we rub his hand that is released?
Warm energy. Hot energy.
Heat energy.
Heat
Energy. So he feels that he is cold, or his hand is cold. So he tries to make his hand feel warm, so he rubs his hand. Can you tell me the energy transfer in this action?
Okay, when we rub our hands, there's energy. Okay. When we rub our hands, the energy transferred from hands to hands. It transferred heat because we having a heat energy in our body because we having a hot blood.
Okay, Saba, when I'm asking you about the energy transfer, I want from you the type of the energy, the first type of the energy, and the transformed form of energy. I will answer this one. When I rub my hand, the energy transfer is a movement energy. It is transformed to heat energy. So this is the energy transfer that is happening. I have a movement energy when I move my hand or rub my hands against each other. There is a heat, there is a movement energy in my hands. This movement energy is transformed to heat energy. So my hand feels that it is warm. So this is the energy transfer in this case. Okay?
Okay.
We can call it energy chain. You know the food chain, yes? The food chain, when we show that there is a living thing, it's another living thing, so it can take energy from the body of this living thing. The energy chain is the same. Here, if I want from you to say the energy chain in the rubbing of hand, or in the action of rubbing our hands, so we can say that it is a movement energy. Movement is transformed to heat. So the energy chain, we can write it like this, and we can draw an arrow like this. So the energy chain here is movement energy transformed to heat energy. Okay, so he is asking in the next question, draw an energy chain to show the energy chain when he does this. This is the answer of this question. This is the energy chain here. Movement energy is transformed to heat energy. Okay, it shows the flowing of energy, the forms of energy, how they transform it from one form to another. Okay, Sabah? Okay. C, question C, describe the energy change that makes the light work. If we have a light bulb here, what is the energy change that happened here? How the light bulb is worked or operated?
Oh, the electricity.
A?
It works with the electricity.
Yes, then it gives us
sound, give us light.
Light. So the light, when the light works, it uses electricity to be operated, then it emits, or the electricity is transformed to light energy. Okay, draw an energy chain to show the energy changes that happen in teacher's computer. In the case of the computer, he wants the energy chain.
The teacher's computer. مش فاكراها قوي في التكست.
Okay, how we can operate this computer? What is the type of the energy that we want to use to operate the computer and on to turn it on or operate it?
Electricity.
Electricity, yes. So the energy chain here is electricity is transformed to
the computer.
Okay, and the computer releases what?
Light and sound.
Yes, light and sound. So the energy chain will be electricity and an arrow, then light and sound energy. Okay, E, question E. Where does Vikil get energy from to play football? Vikil then in the break starts to play football. Where does Vikil get the energy that he uses in his body? We can return to the sentence to read it again if you want.
Because he eats a banana.
Yes, so the energy, he gets the energy that he needs from the food, which is the banana here. Okay,
Yes.
F, draw an energy chain of the energy changes that allow Vikil to kick the ball.
Also the food.
The food flows to Vikil's body.
Yes, Vikil's body.
Vikil's bodies, it allows Vikil then to move his neck. This is the movement energy, and then he kicks the ball. Okay, G, name the form of energy that tells Vikil that break has ended. ممكن ترجع لي السنتنس.
The bell rings.
The bell. He wants the type of the energy or the form of the energy. Sound energy is very good. طيب H, why is he able to hear the sound?
Why is he able to hear the sound? Because he has ears to hear.
Yes, we hear the sound with our ears, yes. Okay, here energy and the living things. In the case of the food chain, the food chains below are not correct. Put the living things in each food chain in the right order and rewrite each food chain. What do you think about food chain A?
A cabbage, and then a snail, and then duck.
Cabbage, snail, duck, yes. The second one.
Leaf, caterpillar, bird.
Okay, C.
Corn, lizard. هو يعني إيه locust؟
Locust, crocodile.
Crocodile. Corn, lizard, cat, and then locust.
Okay. D.
Melon, mouse, a snake, and then eagle.
Okay. Look at the pictures. Yes, what is the second? Which living thing is a producer here?
The plant.
The plant. What do we call consume that eat only plant?
Herbivores.
Herbivores. C. Name the two consumers that eat plants.
The two consumers that eat plants, rabbit and rat. Rabbit and rat.
Rabbit and rat, yes. Which animal are predator?
Eagle.
Eagle. Which animal could be an omnivore? Say why.
Rat.
Rat, yes. Why he could be an omnivore?
Because he eats like cheese, eats anything, and also eats plants.
Okay, so it can eat plant, can eat animals. So it's omnivore. You want a food chain for a producer and consumer from the picture. Here.
We will say the rats eats the rabbit eats the plants, and then the rat eat it, and then the eagle eats.
Okay, the plant, rabbit, then eagle. Or the plant, rat, then eagle. But we can't put the rat and the rabbit, the two, in the same food chain.
Can put the rabbit, plant, and eagle.
Yes, okay. Look at the drawing of a food chain below. Why is the grass plant at the start of the food chain? Why is the plant here is always at the start of any food chain?
Because it's producers and
What's the
gets
meaning
its
of a producer?
it gets its energy from the sun. Yes.
It uses the energy from the sun to make its own food.
Yes.
Okay, B. How does the grass get its food?
From the sun in the photosynthesis. Or the
Okay.
photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis process. Okay. What do the arrows in the food chain show?
Shows